Like this background music.
I love the background music. It's so funny. We need a theme song. We need to come up with one.
I feel like that's something for you.
Yeah.
You literally have a home studio. What have I got?
Maybe I'll get to draw one.
Yep.
Is anyone here? Still one person. Oh no, two people watching. Everyone. So yeah, we're just gonna hang out for a bit and try writing some strats. Do you want to look at the flipper?
Yeah, I know what's wrong with it, by the way. The self-initializing one.
Okay.
I don't know exactly what I want to do about it yet. Because...
Or should we write one that's gonna ape into a meme coin, and then while it's doing its thing, we fix the flipper.
I mean, I can tell you what the issue is. Basically, this number here.
I'm gonna write this meme one in the meantime.
Yeah, why don't you write the meme one? I wrote a strat. Why don't you write a strat? Yeah, but look, basically, this is doing a half-life, right? So this number is just getting smaller and smaller and smaller. The problem is that it actually runs out of precision before this starting point, which is gigantic, actually hits the market price. So that's why it went to 1 and then 0.
Wait, why would it do that?
Because I picked a really big number to start at.
But half of 1 is still half, not 0.
It's after that, so it's this multiply. So see, it multiplies 1e to the 36 by whatever this is.
Oh, I see.
So if you just think about it as the edge case, like if you just think about it as extremes, the smallest number it could be is 1e to the negative 18. And that's exactly what we saw. It hit the smallest possible number, and then it tried to multiply 1e36 by 1e negative 18, which gives you 1e18. That's where it couldn't go any further because it ran out of precision to keep halving. So I think I might just have to start on a number that's smaller than 1e36 for now, which is totally fine. Probably more than the total supply of almost every token that exists, so it probably doesn't have to be that high.
Yeah, sweet. Has the other one kept trading, or did you take it down?
Oh no, it's still up. I haven't looked at it though, so I have no idea if anything has happened since last time we looked at it. Could be an anticlimax. There's a lot more orders than Tuesday though. Like, people have been doing stuff, so that's cool. I think this is where we were the other day. Oh no, something happened. Wait, is this the right one? 119, 120. Yeah. Is this one we looked at the other day, Josh? I think it is. It's up to 121.5. So it made an extra 1.5% since the last stream.
That's cool.
This is the one, right?
Is this the one that caps at 1-to-1?
Let me just check. Yeah, this is the one that we talked about on the last stream. So the last stream was Tuesday. So between Tuesday and now, it rotated twice. So it was, remember it was on 120.2, and then it went out back into, look, went back into tether, went back in it, so it broke even on the tether, but then it made a profit on the next roll back into Flare.
Yeah.
So we're up in Flare again.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I feel like this would be good strategy cash out or something.
What do you mean?
Well, like
Oh,
say
you-
you had a bunch of Flare and you were
Yeah.
going to sell it anyway, for whatever reason, or any volatile, really. So you had some volatile and you're like, cool, I feel like I need to sell it, I gotta pay rent or whatever. You could dump it into this, and then it'd go back and forward, and then say the volatile like kept pumping, and then it kind of like went away and never came back because it left your range. Then it would leave you with more stables than you would have got had you not done the flipper dipper.
Right.
So you might just like get a slightly better deal on your exit if it's a bull. I mean, it's a bull market. This is bull market stuff. I'm talking in context of like things generally going up. So at some point it might go up faster than the flipper dipper can keep up with.
Someone asked a question.
Yeah.
Someone said, are vaults created outside Raindex? No, the vaults you create in Raindex. So actually, if you go to this is a strat, and you can see there's input and output vaults here. So
Yeah.
you can see Dave is currently in wrapped flare. So if he clicks on that, he'll go through to the vault, and you can see the balance of the vault here, 1.21. And if you had your wallet connected that owns this vault, then you'll be able to withdraw.
Yeah.
The vaults are in the order book smart contract.
Yeah, you look at this balance, by the way. This is just the deposits and withdrawals. The actual balance is here.
Yeah.
So the only thing here is like the vaults aren't really created. They're just sort of it's literally just an ID. So when you deposit some tokens, you pick an ID, and then basically the Raindex updates its internal ledger to track that ID. So what this means is actually, for now, don't put rebasing tokens in here. That would be the only thing. Maybe we should put like a warning or something like that on the GUI to say like, don't put in rebasing tokens, because the balance that the token thinks you have could be different to what the vault has recorded if the token is like changing its balances internally outside transfers, which isn't the case for most tokens, but some tokens do that. So that's something to be aware of.
Yeah. And then do you want to maybe say why there are vaults?
Yeah, it's well, because if you're putting up lots of orders and you're depositing a lot of different tokens, you want to keep.
Yeah, someone said, what would necessitate a new vault being created?
Right. It's basically to keep your funds separated. So, for example, you might be happening to write a memecoin aping strategy for some reason, which I think is what Josh is doing right now. You might not want that to have access to all of your funds. You might want to have some funds deposited for like a more conservative strategy and some funds deposited for something else that can do something more crazy. Actually, there's no limit to how many vaults you can have, and every order that you put up can pick an input and an output vault. So you can actually daisy chain your orders if you want to. So you could have a bunch of different orders that are trading and then pointing to a particular vault, and then you can have more orders off that in loops, in like whatever combination you want. It's completely freestyle. So it's all there just so that people can do whatever they want with it, really.
Yeah. So they said, for now, I can see anyone can use any vault created. They can't. You can see all the vaults because everything's public, but that doesn't mean you can use those vaults.
Oh, the vaults are limited to you, like the owner. Yeah. So this vault ID that's on the screen right now, it doesn't say it in the interface, but this is my vault with this ID. So if you took the same ID and put it under your order, then it would be your. Oh, it does?
Underneath it has the owner address.
Oh, it does.
Yeah. So only.
Yeah, so it's both of them together. Yeah.
So somebody else can see the but there'd be a different owner for that vault.
Yeah. There's no mixing of funds anywhere in the Raindex. It's you deposit under the token that you're depositing, and you're the owner, and you set the vault ID, and Raindex records that, and that's it. And then the only way that the tokens that you deposited can leave the vault is either according to the logic of an order that you wrote, or if you withdraw them again. Other than that, Raindex always keeps those tokens in its internal ledger against you in that vault.
Okay, I'm sharing my screen. I'm sharing my Raindex. Should we try to write this?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what your plan is for this, so I'm going to let you lead on it.
All right, so I grabbed the examples, stop them in order. To start with. So I guess first thing is, so basically my idea is pretty simple. Just trade in at the market price. Problem is we don't. Someone's saying, can you go through the process of setting up a vault? Yeah, so I'll show you right now. So you can see in this order, I have an input token and an output token. And I have choosing my token here. This is a reference to up here. So I've picked 2 tokens. And then I can pick a vault ID here. So this is just a random hex I got by running this in terminal. So I could run it now in terminal. And I can get a new, copy and paste that in. I get a new random vault ID. So when I deploy this order, I can afterwards I can go and deposit into the vaults. So I deploy this order and then I go over my vaults and I'd see that I had a new vault and I could hit it and I could deposit.
Yeah, you don't actually have to set the vault up explicitly. It's just when you make the order, it just implicitly is pointing to that ID, so you can start putting funds in it. There's no extra step where you have to like first set it up or something.
Yeah, basically it's creating it as the order's being deployed, and then you just need to top it up. Okay, so let's pick a token. So on Flare. So my idea is basically, I just want to buy the token, and then 30 minutes later, I want to sell it. The problem is I won't be able to do a market buy or sell, will I? Because we don't have an oracle to know what the market price is.
That was the exact thing that I was talking about in the Flipper Dipper. If you know roughly what the market price is, you can just do a Dutch auction on it.
Oh, so start auctioning from close to the price in 30 minutes, for example.
The one that I did was a half-life, so every 30 minutes it halved the price, which in theory, you can cover all possible prices within a couple of days. You don't need that. You could pick a price very close to the current price and it should go through. If you pick the price at literally, if you picked the same logic that I used and you literally doubled the current market price, it'd go through in half an hour. So anything closer than that will go through faster.
Okay, I'm going to say.
Do you want me to just give you the code that I had and we can try it?
Yeah, give it to me.
Yeah, with the disclaimer that this code didn't work, but I think we know why, so it should be okay.
Yeah, let me put this here. There we go. So I'm going to try this one. I looked at all these are all on Flare, these are all the pools. And I've sorted by volume. Third highest volume is Flare Fox. chart. I mean, it seems unlikely that I'm going to be able to sell it for higher in 30 minutes, but you never know.
Could happen.
It's got trades going through every like few minutes, so anything could happen in the next few minutes. I mean, there has been a bunch of buys in the past 15 minutes, so who knows? Maybe
people will be so excited by this live stream that they'll just jump on it.
or the reverse will happen. People will be like, I know this strat is going to buy.
I'm out. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna...
All right. You're going to be somebody's exit liquidity in about 10 minutes.
That's fine. Well, we'll see what happens. It's going to be funny either way. Cool, so I've got the token. Share Raindex again.
Yeah, do you get the code, isn't you?
Yeah, so I'm going to go, I guess I'll do Wrap Flare and Flare Fox.
Yeah, settle that stuff up first, and then we can go through this.
Yeah, so it's 18 decimals, which we can see on Flare Scan. Save it. And I'll trade it against Wrap Flare, why not? So my input, should I have 2 strats, or should I just do 1 strat with a flip?
Why don't you just do 1, and then we can see it buy, and then you can write the sell side while we're talking about it.
Okay, so my input's going to be Flare Fox, and my output's going to be Wrap Flare. I need these bindings right now. I'm going to go to all this. Okay. And I'll get rid of all this for now. Cool. So this is like the most basic strat.
Yeah, this is very overkill for what you're about to do, but that's cool.
What?
Oh, just like setting up like the strat and everything. But are you just going to do a market buy?
Yeah. But with this. Oh, you're saying not do the auction for the buy, just do it for the sell.
Oh no, let's do the auction. Let's like make there to be like something that we can talk about.
Yeah, we may as well.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got a key. Do I need this time key? Do I need this?
No. You just need the time, actually. So you can delete it.
So last time.
That's just the timestamp of when you're going live with it.
Oh, so duration can just be. Oh, last time is going to be the time I deploy. I mean, or just before.
Yeah, because that's what the auction's relative to.
Okay, cool. So timestamp. So I get the timestamp now.
You can do that with date plus %s.
Well, this is the. Oh wait. Alright, there it is. Okay, so that's now. And how do I fix this part then? So it just needs to be.
Which part? Oh, just make that starting number way smaller. Like it doesn't need to be. Like that number is ridiculously large. Really.
Like 1E18.
That would mean it starts at the price of 1.
Well, the price of Flare Fox right now is, if I grab it, the price in Wrapped Flare. Yeah, here it is.
So is Flare Fox about $1?
No, that
Oh,
much Flare is not $1.
You mean the other way around? That much? Wait, say that again?
That's the price in Flare. So 1 flare fox equals this many flare.
Oh, okay. So, and you've got flare and you're buying flare fox.
Yeah. So this is my price, right? But this is the price. This is where I'm going to target.
So 1 seems a bit low, doesn't it? You're going to get 1 flare fox for your flare. That's too low.
Isn't this just where the auction starts and then it's going to go down?
If you started at 1, I'm pretty sure somebody will take it.
Okay, so I need to start it below the price and then come up?
No, you just need to make it like, so the price that you've got quoted there is the inverse of the price that you want, because that price that you've got quoted is how much, isn't it? How much you get for 1. It's the other way around.
Oh, so you're saying really it's the inverse is, this is the inverse. So you're saying that's the price that I'm really targeting.
Maybe you want to start at like maybe 1,000.
Okay, and then it will go at 1,500 in 30 minutes. In 30 minutes, that'll go to 500. So I want that to be faster. So
Well, that's the number of seconds there. So if you want the half-life to go faster, just change that.
Yeah, so if I do 450, then
Sure.
it'll get to 507.5 minutes, and therefore it'll probably trade in like 8 minutes.
Yep.
Maybe I go for smaller, like make it really snappy 200. And that's from this time, so I should update this in a second before I deploy. All right.
Exactly. So yeah, if you make it too fast, you might overshoot accidentally.
Okay, so my max output, this is the amount of flare that I'm gonna spend. Right, flare I'm gonna spend.
Yeah. Just keeping in mind that how often does your bot run, by the way?
What do you mean? It's just constant. I'm not sure who's.
Oh, you've got no sleep on it. It's just cranking.
I think so. I don't know. I didn't set it up in the end.
Oh, okay. I guess we'll see. Mine only goes once every 30 seconds, so.
Okay, well that's the amount. Let's do 10. 10E18 for 10 tokens, and then my price. Auction price. Why is that saying that? Oh, because I got this. Cool. All right, there's my strat.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay.
I mean, again, this didn't work when I did it. I think I know why it didn't work, but
we're gonna find out.
We'll find out in a second.
Yeah.
It's 10 flare. Just put it in. This is testing in prod. This is the crypto way. Just do it. See what happens.
All right. I think I can update this with this time.
Worst case scenario is you lose your 10 flare and it goes to one of our bots.
Actually, the worst case scenario is nothing happens. I think
Really?
It being boring, I think, is the worst case right now.
That's true.
I just want something to happen. Okay, go add. All right, I'm adding the order. Cool. Order's up. So now I can go to, as we were showing before, I can go to the order and I can go to the output vault, which is the token that's going to be spent, and I can deposit some wrap flare in. What did I say? 10, so I'll put in 10. Did I say 10 in the end? I think I did.
And yeah.
Cool.
Well, it doesn't really matter anyway, does it? Because it's perpetual. So even if you you put more in your vault, it will just run twice.
True. All right, deposited. Let's see what happens.
Nice. Also, I just found another flipper tipper that I forgot about that's up 0.8% as well.
0.8%?
Yeah, that one's really struggling.
Yeah, that's not as good as 20%.
Not as good as 20%, but it's not making a loss.
All right, now we wait and see what happens with this strat. I'm pretty excited.
If it goes through, that'll actually be really good because I actually want this code to work because I want to use it in something else. So
is 1,000 E18? That's right, yeah?
Mm.
Yeah, okay, cool. And what's this 5E17 mean? Oh, that's, okay, so that's
there's a half-life.
Okay, and duration is?
That's how long it's been since the start of the auction.
Divided by the period. Okay, I get it. So it's the duration that it's been, and I divide by the period. So I've got like a number of periods, basically.
Yeah, it's like a classic half-life equation. Like every period, it's gonna multiply it by 0.5 again.
Right, and then it's a half to the power of the number of durations. So it's like, if it's 2 periods, then it's squared, then it's squared, cubed, etc.
I can't wait for actual decimals.
Yeah, so
gonna make this so much more legible.
Yeah, so half squared is 25, a half cubed is 0.125, because it's 0.5 times a half. Or half of half. Cool. And then I'm multiplying that by the start to get an ever-decreasing fraction of 1,000. Okay, cool, yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Sweet. It's because we have no we need to add the ability to eval the order constantly so we can actually track what's going on. Because I've literally got just got no idea what's gonna happen. I can't see
that's a big one. Yeah.
It would be really cool if I could just sit here and watch in real time as the price that I'm offering is decreasing.
Definitely. That would be a massive upgrade to the GUI. Yeah. It would make all this stuff much more exciting, wouldn't it?
Well, literally the only thing, it's just waiting for me to do it. In the meantime, should I put up the sell order now?
Yeah, I think you should.
Okay, so now I'm going to flip my tokens around. This is pretty simple, actually. I just want to start the auction in the future. So I want to start it. Let's say I could start it in 10 minutes. Why not?
Sure.
Okay, so 10 minutes.
Feels a bit like you're inventing a flipper tipper, but with more manual steps.
Basically. Okay, so if I start my auction in 10 minutes, the timestamp will be this. My price should start much lower. Maybe this time I could start at 1. Then I'll get half, then I'll get 1.25. Or maybe even lower. Maybe I can start at half. Start at 0.5. Over a smaller period. Over 60 seconds.
It doesn't matter that much where you start, actually, because
it's
if
exponential.
it's halving everything, it's exponential. So even if you made it super high, it'll just go extra fast at the start and it'll just come back to where it needs to be anyway.
All right, and then my max output is going to be it doesn't really matter. It's as much as I've got.
Yeah. Again, it actually doesn't matter because you're not restricting it. So if it needs to call twice, it'll just go twice.
But I'm gonna get quite a few flare fox. I'm definitely gonna have more than 10 flare fox.
Just make it like infinity. Just go max decimal value.
What is the word? Max decimal
value. Yeah.
That's not a word.
Decimal 18. There you go.
Oh, there we go. Sweet.
Have you got the words here in this version?
Yeah, I do. So I could have looked it up here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Max decimal 18 value, max in value. Yeah. Okay, well that's cool. All right, I'm gonna deploy this. And then the question is, do I end up with more than 10 wrapped flare or less?
Are we doing the betting? Are we using the unlonely betting?
Oh, no, I don't know. I haven't figured out how to use it.
Okay. I feel like we could make a much more chaotic strategy than this. It actually does like lots of trades over the course of the session, and then people could bet on that, and it would be, if it's more chaotic, I think it's more fun to bet, right?
Yeah, I'm definitely down for that. I guess. Was it Wallet Connect's not working?
Really?
Or maybe it's just my phone. One second. Yeah, let's definitely try to make the chaos. I think the more chaotic, the better.
Yeah, because what you're doing right now is like, you're kind of using like a power tool to do like a very simple job, which is to buy something and sell it. But what you really want to do is like a strategy type thing that is doing, what's a strategy, right? You want to be like playing off the market in real time type thing.
Here we go. So here's my, it popped up. So here's my other order. Has this one traded yet? No.
No.
I feel like, we'll see what happens, but I feel like by the time this one trades, the other one might just instantly trade.
Yeah, maybe you should set it up so that the auction for the second one starts when the first one finishes.
Oh yeah, I could have done that. Well, let's do that now. They're live.
Or it's too late now.
Effectively, I think what's going to happen is there's going to be someone is either going to buy or sell in between my buy or sell, and that's going to decide whether I'm up or down. There'll be like one other trade, which will marginally move the price. Or it's going to be because the auction is so fast. It's going to be basically the delay in the bot decides like how quickly the bot picks up my order is how far I go below the price.
So I also just had a look at my other the dipper, the one that was making a loss as of the last call.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to check in on that one, and it's back up to profit, actually.
That's cool.
Ever so slightly. It's like clawed back its loss from Tuesday.
Do you want to show it?
Yeah, I'll show. So this is the one that goes chasing. So it did a pretty in-depth explanation of it in the last call. So if you're curious about the difference between this one and the other one, you can go check the last recording. Because is that up somewhere, Josh? Did you put it on YouTube or something?
Which one? Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Yeah, cool. So you can go check that out. But when we had the call on Tuesday, I was sitting on a loss in Flare. And since then, it's managed to claw back up to 0.1% profit.
Sorry, you weren't on the screen. Yeah, now you are. Okay.
Yeah, so this is where we were Tuesday. And it's actually managed to get back up just. Clawed back a tiny 0.1%.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. I guess because it never went too far into the red, so it had a fighting chance to get back into the green.
Yeah, I need to make it more patient. It only waits 2 days before it starts eating a loss. So unless you get a pump in whatever you happen to be in within 2 days, that's enough to cause it to flip, then it immediately starts making a loss. So the chances are pretty high that nothing happens in 2 days, actually.
Right, yeah. Oh, someone said, so if you want to sell all, you can put that max decimal 18 value. Yeah, it's a maximum, so it means you'll sell up to that amount in one clear of your order. But obviously, the orders can clear multiple times. So it's not like a traditional order book where once the order is filled, it's taken off the order book. It's standing all the time. So yeah, and if you put the max, it means that up to that amount can go through the order. It doesn't mean that all of it will, though. If you actually wanted to ensure that you'll sell everything you have in one clear, then you need to ensure that. Do you want to quickly show what that looks like, Dave?
Yeah, actually, the flipper tipper does that. So very handily, I have that right here. This one, it checks that the vault balance before the order happened is equal to the amount that the vault balance decreased by. So it makes sure that there's no partial clears of this one, because to keep the logic simple, I didn't want to have to deal with partial clears, which can happen. So you can just put that in the handle IO, which happens after the order has been taken. There's a counterparty to the order. The token movements have been calculated, and then you get them in the handle IO, which is where you can sort of respond to what happened. And in this case, yeah, if it wasn't a full clear, it'll error. So
yeah, I'll show it.
I think that's a little bit of a different question than was asked, though. But that is how you would do it if you don't want.
Yeah, we're saying here you can just use max decimal 18, but you've also got, so if you go to words here, these words that are specific to the order book gives you stuff like the order hash, the order owner, the counterparty, and you have these ones here: input vault balance before, input vault balance increase, output balance before, and decrease. So these are the words that Dave used. So he's saying in the handle IO source here, which gets called after the order goes through, it's putting it here. So it's saying after my order goes through, I want to ensure that equal the output vault balance before, and the output vault, is it increase? Yeah. No, decrease.
Decrease, yeah, because it's the amount. Yeah, the vault balance is decreasing when it's an output. It's increase for the input vault.
Yeah, so these two together will actually.
You have to give a reason for your ensure. I always forget to do that. You have to put the reason in.
So must sell all. So
yeah,
this will actually enforce that your entire vault is sold, but obviously the max has to be above the balance of your vault. So if your vault had 20 in it and you put here 10, then you just create an order that can never clear, because the maximum in one clear is 10, and you're enforcing that all of it, the entire vault should clear, but the entire vault is 20. So yeah, so this, if you do this, you may as well also do the maximum.
No, that's not quite right, Josh.
Really?
because all you've ensured is that the vault balance before and the vault balance decrease is the same. So it doesn't actually have to use the full potential of the max output. It just has to clear the whole vault balance. If you wanted to check that the full offered amount was cleared, like you were saying, there's another value in the context, which is the calculated offer amount. And then that would have the behavior that you're saying, because it would actually check the offer size rather than checking the vault diff. You could do it either way.
But no, but I'm saying this would never clear though.
It will.
If my vault has 20 in it.
If there's 20 in it, yeah. Oh, sorry, I thought you said 5. I thought you went the other way. Yeah. The vault balance is 20, you're right. It'll never clear because it won't be offering enough to clear the whole vault. You're right. Yeah.
Okay, let's see if this thing's cleared yet. Still no trade.
Something's wrong.
It does look like something's wrong. It feels like it should have traded by now.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was the worst case scenario. It was boring.
Should I try again?
Yeah. What's the time that you've got in there?
This time? I grabbed it around the time I created the order, just before I deployed it.
This is probably what we get for copying and pasting code that we know doesn't work.
But like looking at it though, I don't understand why it wouldn't work.
No, I know. Yeah, I was gonna have another crack at it like later tonight because I think it should work, but something's not right, is it? Do you want to paste me the last time? I'll see what the duration is supposed to be, and then we can reverse engineer what it thinks the price is.
This time?
Yeah, just send that to me. I'll calculate something.
Or can we use the debug? Like if I go here. I should just be able to run this. So my value right now is 0. No, it's not 0. What's that? Is that 0?
No, that's infinity. That's the max possible value. That's what you put in as max value.
Right. Oh, okay, yeah, right. Here we go.
0.3.
That's pretty small because it's getting smaller.
It is getting smaller.
Yeah.
Okay. It is going down. Wait. No, that's okay, because didn't you say that the market price was 0.02?
Yeah, but that was for selling it. That was for selling it, not buying it.
Oh, shouldn't we look at the other strat then? The one that's got the vault balance?
Oh, right. Yeah, okay. I see what you're saying. So, this one. Oh, sorry, no. The one that is...
The first one that you put up. Got it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I need to grab this.
Yeah, we should put the debug tab on the order page for sure.
Yeah. That will actually be awesome.
Yeah. Like literally you're just copying and pasting stuff. We could just put it on the same page.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, so I'm at 148.
148.
So
oh, it should be clearing.
Yeah, I'm well below the price actually.
Oh, but you know what? Your value is 10. Oh no, that's right, because it's 10.
Yeah, we scaled that.
Did you put money in your vault? Did you do that?
In the output vault? Yeah.
You did?
Output vault. bounces 10 flare. The only thing I can think of is there's no one who's there's no one is looking at Flare Fox that token right now.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't think anyone's traded a token that's not on the Enosis Dex yet. But this is on Blaze Swap, a different Dex.
Oh, that could be it. Actually, I'm not sure that we're actually checking Blaze Swap. That could definitely be it.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask. But I think the one you're running, the bot that you're running is on the latest, right? And I thought in the latest we added Blaze Swap.
Let's have a look.
What an anticlimax.
It's all right. What a better way to find that you need to update your bot.
I'm gonna try mine. Yeah, I'm gonna try mine as well. Is the last one the most recent on main that I need, right?
I think we might need to cut a new image, so I'm just kicking that off.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's all right.
Well, I'm gonna get cleaned out.
You're gonna get cleaned out.
I'm gonna sell everything for nothing. For no.
You're gonna donate it to me, to the bot when I actually get it running. It's all right. Better us than somebody else, right?
Yeah, we're like live testing.
I didn't realize the Blaze Swap thing at all.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Well, at least after this, people will be able to trade Flare Fox on Raindex.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so now I'm gonna think about my next strat. If I want to try this one that catches a trend quickly and just like apes in and then apes out.
Yeah, so what are you thinking for like measuring trends?
Well, what are my options? My options are, if there's no FTSO Oracle, then if it's Uniswap v3, I can use the TWAP to get a trend, right?
The TWAP only gives you the average, so one TWAP isn't going to give you a trend, it's just going to tell you what the average was. So if you're going to compare a few different TWAPs, you could come up with some kind of trend.
How does a TWAP work? Can I get like the average price for a range in the past, or is it always an average between some point in the past and now?
You set the start and the end.
Okay,
and then it gives you the TWAP, yeah.
So I can
that range.
I can sample the price from 12 hours ago, 9 hours ago, 6 hours ago, 3 hours ago.
Yeah, the only thing is with the Uniswap TWAP, they don't store a known amount of time. So something that's being traded a lot, 12 hours might actually be outside the range that it is storing data for, potentially.
Oh, too long.
Because it only stores a fixed number of trades. So even though you're reading the average price over a time range,
Yeah,
it's actually the data that it's calculating that based on, it has a fixed number of trades in that data.
I see.
So I think, and also you have to actually call a function on the pool when it gets deployed to increase it from the default, and the default's very small. But the maximum is 65,000. So assuming you're using a pool that's used the max 65,000, then after 65,000 trades, it just starts knocking old trades off the end. So 12 hours is probably fine for most tokens, but some tokens that would you'd be losing data.
Yeah.
What you can do though is, did you see the? Yeah, you did the sampler one.
Yeah.
That
So
I made.
I was about to say. So my other option would be to have an order that specific that is its only purpose is to market buy or market sell.
There's a sampler in PubStrats, I'm pretty sure. It actually offers, it doesn't care. It actually says, I want an input of 0. So that's always profitable.
That sample was for the FTSO, right? So that was saying when we have an oracle. In this case,
that's okay. You can sample the twap.
Why would
You
I
sample
want
anything you want.
Oh, but why? Oh, you're saying so that way I don't have to worry about getting multiple historical samples. I can just create my own history of samples, and I always sample the last hour or whatever.
Yeah, instead of being tied to Uniswap's logic about when they delete their data and how much trade history they store and what they have their certain ranges over, you can come up with your own logic for how often you want to sample, how long you want to keep the data for, etc. Like you could keep the data for a month if you wanted, as long as you want, or a year. Like it's up to you. So
Okay, and I'm not actually making a trade. I'm literally giving away a small amount of token every period so that I can basically so that someone will run the transaction for me and store that value, store the sample for me.
correct. So in that case, you set an output amount, which is basically what you're willing to pay for somebody to do a sample for you, and you set the input ratio to 0. You're not expecting anything in return. And then you do an ensure on time. So you can say, ensure that the last time that this cleared was more than an hour ago. And then every hour you'll pick up a sample. There's actually an example of this in the PubStrats, I'm pretty sure. So you can see like a worked example of this. But this is an example of when you don't want to use the order hash in the get and set. So we're talking about this earlier in chat today, where you were saying, add the order hash in so that you can keep clean separation in your gets and sets for different orders. But this is a case when you don't want to do that, because you can have a sampler which is saving values, and then in other strats you have like a private oracle basically that your other strats can tap into.
And the token that is moving, like the token that I'm basically giving away, doesn't have to have anything to do with the tokens that I'm sampling, and I can sample more than one token in the same order. So if I had like a basket of tokens that I wanted to track, I could have a single order where I'm like basically recording prices for 10 tokens or whatever against different keys, and then in multiple other orders I could pull those prices to do analysis.
Pretty much. You're basically making a private managed oracle through the DEX that your other orders can look into. And if you really played your cards right, you could pay for the sampler with the profits of your other strategies if you like hooked up the vaults right.
Yeah. That's cool. And then I can do all like the typical like quant price series analysis.
Yeah, well, in this case, you're paying for the data, so it's like your private data that you paid for, so you can do whatever you want with it.
Yeah, I mean, like, what would I do with a price series of data? The next step. So my basic idea was that I'll just look for a trend.
Mhm.
And I know it's not very sophisticated, but the idea is like, as soon as it spots a trend above a certain threshold, it calculates the slope, and then once it gets above a certain threshold, it apes in, and then I can't decide whether it either has a fixed issue. I can't decide whether it should have a fixed cash out percentage, like I'm up this much and I'll just sell. So like literally as soon as it trades in, it records what it traded at.
Mm-hmm.
It records what it traded at, and then it's literally just got a standing offer for 10% higher than that.
I feel like that one works quite well with DCA. Like you can DCA your buys, and then you can do like a bulk exit on your sells at a fixed percentage above the average cost basis of your DCA.
Are you saying that? Are you saying that I would adjust my sell price based on the different prices I DCA in, or?
Yeah. So if you like split it over like 10 trades.
It's like a weighted average that I
Yeah.
constantly update my weighted average.
Yeah.
Based on what I've bought. Yeah, that's quite cool. So it's a way to like ride. But the thing is, I'm only APing when I already see a trend. So I'm not buying dip. I'm literally like, I'm only going to buy in when I see a trend upwards. So I'm trying to quickly get in and then get out.
Or then just do one buy and then just do like a sell somewhere.
But the other thing is I could sell when I see the trend start to flatten. So I don't know if this really makes sense or if there's enough data for this.
You're looking for like an inflection point. You're going to start doing like calculus on your stuff.
I wasn't thinking that sophisticated to start with. I was literally thinking I'll calculate a slope. So say like the slope is like this. I buy in, and then either the slope just keeps increasing, cool, I do nothing. But if the slope starts to go the other way, it like goes that, and then when it hits the threshold, it goes and I sell. Basically before it goes down again. But I can't tell whether that means that I don't know if that necessarily means I'll be up in absolute tokens. Like, is it possible that the trend could still be up, but I would sell for less tokens? Like, could it go down and then up? I don't know. Could something happen? I don't think so.
Your ability to figure this out is only going to be as good as your sampled data, to be honest. And like the whatever algorithm you run over it. You're just basically talking about like fitting some kind of curve to your data, and then making sure you've got enough data.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if I missed a dip, whether the price could actually be lower. So like my based on my data, I see a trend up. I have never seen a trend. I've only ever seen a trend up based on my data, but actually the prices are down. I don't know if that's possible though, because
it is possible if the if the price is down, then your data will show that the price is down. The price would only be down. You'd have to include the current price in your data set, and then you'd be fine. I think that'd work. Why not? Give it a shot.
I think it works.
Really easy way to find out.
Just try it.
Just try it, yeah. Maybe you could make a start on this one over the weekend, and then maybe this is what we could try on Tuesday for the next, because we're going to do another stream on Tuesday, right? It'd be pretty cool to like showing sampling. I feel like sampling is something that people are going to want, and we have a worked example. You could start a practical practical applied example of sampling.
Yeah, I'd like to do that, and I'd also like to see work what we just tried next time, and see if we can actually do this ape-in, ape-out strategy.
We'll definitely check play swap before Tuesday. I'm looking at it right now. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, well, that was a good stream. We didn't see any trades this time, but I feel like next time we will, and I'll come with a more interesting strat.
No trades this time, but all of my strategies that I previously deployed are currently in profit, denominated in Flare. So
I think you should put more than $1 in. I think it's time.
$1. I have 3 cents in those. $1 would already be like more than 10x.
I think it's time to go all in.
No, this exact thing that you were just doing, which I was really hoping to see trade. I want to plug that into it so that I can do a. We talked about this on the last stream. Plug it into the Flipper Dipper so that we can do more than 2 tokens at a time. We can do 3 or 4 or 5 tokens and have it rotate between those. Once I see that working, I think I'm gonna look to putting a bit more cash behind these.
Yeah, I look forward to that.
Yeah, I think that'll be way more fun. Cool. All right.
Cool. All right, thanks everyone. See you next time.
Have a good weekend, everyone.